Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Rabbit here. We are doing another ladder replay today. We have Artosis, who is spawned here in the top left of Radeon 1.2. And he is playing against an A rank Zerg with the alias a whole bunch of numbers followed by a whole bunch of letters. So, we haven't done a Zerg versus Terran long game of Arties in quite some time. We've predominantly done some long PVTs or TVPs and some series compilation type videos where he's just facing a lot of ladder agony. And let's see what we have in store for him today here on the ladder. So the last TVZ was when he was playing against the WWWTTS guy. And that was a very fun series. It would have come out before you're watching this video, but hasn't come out yet at the time of recording. It's the 19th of January today. I've actually hit this recording just after work, and I do find myself wondering, how functional my brain is going to be. Having been at work all day, crunching numbers and doing the things, and now coming to do some Starcraft commentary, but here we are. I haven't shift tabbed this one yet because I kind of like this teal color, and it's still pretty easy to track on the minimap. And I see a lot of the casters actually leave it on the original colors. I just find that when I'm doing the overlays for the Korean pros, that changing the color of the overlay to match the color of the game is just a bit of a hassle. So I'm not doing that, but when it's Artosis playing and I'm therefore not using my overlay, I'm quite happy to stick with the original colors, so I'll just be continuing to do that. So pretty normal start here in Zergland. We've gone with a 12 hatch into a spawning pool. We have our gas coming up. Artosis has just basically done a Rax expand with no gas, no anything, so quite aggressive from him. Overlord has spotted this, but I presume because Artie got his SCV in here pretty soon to see that it was a 12 hatch. Relatively safe opening, although there are no depots on the low ground, there's no racks on the low ground, so it's not a wall. But I'm just going to assume that he has a plan, and we'll just go from there. So yeah, no, it'll be good. So this is our third day in the row that we've been casting new games in 2026, or recording new games in 2026, and it's been fun coming back. I must say it is astounding to me. I don't know if that's the right word, but it does surprise me how popular the Artosis games are in general. So I'm not talking about his casting channel in this context. I'm talking about how popular games that he is playing that are casted by others are. We've got a new kid on the block with about 25 games on his channel. I think it's JJZ Starcraft or whatever. I think he's a Canadian chap, and he's pretty much done 90% of his games Artosis, and I think he's also like a follower of the stream, friend of the chat, guy in the chat, and he's growing like an absolute house on fire, and good for him, man. It's awesome. It's always fun to see new casters enjoying this game, and I enjoy this is a nice little SCV block here from Artie. I enjoy casting his games too. I enjoy the drama that surrounds Artosis. I find it quite amusing. At time of recording, he's currently banned from Twitch. I don't know when or if that's going to get resolved. I'm sure we will know much more at the time that you're watching this. It'll be old news, but yeah, there was that period where he was banned, and I wonder if he is perma banned and he has to do an alternative, if he'll switch to streaming on Kick or he'll stream on YouTube. I can imagine, I can't say for sure, but I can imagine that Twitch is a huge part of his income, and so he will definitely be feeling the effects of the ban. I don't think that the world is in any way a worse place now that he cannot stream on Twitch. I don't think that humanity benefits from that stream in any way, shape, or form. But as it turns out, it doesn't matter. What matters is that people show up and they keep donating money and they keep doing TTS and people keep memeing and the Mario erotica keeps eroticking and everybody seems to be happy. It keeps the universe in balance. So yeah, let's see. We'll keep an eye on the news and see what happens. So pretty standard stuff here. We did a bit of posturing with our Zerglings. Artie blocked that very nicely. He is now facing a little bit of Mulus harassment. There's only 5 meters here at this stage. So I wonder if Artie will move out and try and pressure, or if he will stay at home and fend off the Mulus. He's got 4 turrets in his natural. Usually you need 1 or 2 to defend your production of your racks, and 1, possibly 2 in the mineral line. So possibly you could say a little bit shy here in the main, pretty snug in the natural. So he's gonna sort of double his odds of success by going with the Lings and the Mutas, retreating to the relative safety of the bunkers. And I think here, this is where his lack of turrets may come back to bite him. There's only 6 meters here. He definitely could add a few more as our Zerg, and he's going to. So we're going to have a full stack now of 11, and this is the part where having 2 turrets in 1 turret in the main is concerning to me if you are an Artosis fan. Pretty much a full stack now if we include the Overlord. And here we go. We are not stopping. Okay, so. Good little picks here. Frustrating. Also, our Zerg is expanded in the opposite main base, which is a fairly common thing when you feel like you have the map control you need. Can be reinforced with the Nidus, can be defended with lurkers on the high ground. And I think that definitely does give our Zerg a strong transition into the mid game, especially if it goes undetected or unharassed. So, I mean, you can scan it, but the question will be whether you can actually get there. I can hear the scanner going off now, so I'm pretty sure Artie would be looking for where his third base is. Evo chamber on the way. No visible Hydralisk den because it's tucked away here in the space. Queen's Nest as well, so we're going to progress into Hive pretty quick. He is researching lurker aspects, so this isn't a crazy Zerg approach at this stage. Wow, that is a lot of turrets. Now I think he's probably feeling a bit better about things. Starport coming in. Picks off an SCV and runs away. And I think that'll probably be the last of the Mutalisk harassment. Artosis doesn't really have much by way of a army here. I think probably 2 control groups maximum. And that's really going to limit his ability to get out onto the map. And when lurkers are parking off here, which is what I expect this Hydralisk is destined to become, we are going to have a very tough time breaking the position. A couple of Sunkens here as well. I think the Zerg is going to be very happy with how his game's progressed. He's managed to be able to pretty much play his game, do his build, and Artosis has not left his natural. I think the furthest he got was about here, and has spent most of his time camped in his base. And if you're a Zerg player, that's exactly what you want. You don't want the Terran out on the map. You want to be given the freedom to play your own game. And he's maximizing the time and making his lurkers as late as what he needs to. Artie's making himself a couple of tanks. Presumably that would be to neutralize the static defense. The egg is removed, so the pathway for the tanks and all the units to get out is a little bit cleaner. Question now is, where are we going to go? I expect he probably has scanned this position successfully. We see some lurkers being morphed in. And he may go and press the natural. It's not particularly well defended. Or alternatively, he may press the expansion. Let's see. It looks like he's headed for the natural. This lurker's taken a few free shots. Flanking a little bit with the mutas. Here we go. So it looks like we are going to pick off a free overlord, which supply blocks our Zerg. As we said, siege mode as well. I must say I am a little bit surprised that he's got it already, but that's not going to be a bad thing at all. Muta micro here is really good though. Six mutas left for the stack. Excuse me. And yeah, there's a couple of lurkers here. More reinforcements on the way. So siege is up a little further forward. Scans to try and pick off a couple of lurkers. Does get one. Another one. Oh, the vessel has joined the fray. That's not got the energy left to irradiate. Scourge coming in to try and pick this vessel off, and we successfully do so. And now first Lurker Spines coming into the game. And the Zerg is really being forced to scramble. Artosis has banked up a whole heap of money. You could go to him for a home loan if you wanted to now. So definitely missing a few rounds of macro with all of this microing of this fight. At least he's not supply blocked, but not producing a single unit now except a tank and a vessel. Not ideal. Defilers do hit the field, Guardians as well. So he's going to fight these tanks and these Marines with Guardians, and I think he'll get some good results with that. So Lurkers go under Dark Swarm, and here we go. We'll keep an eye on this Guardian. Looks like he's going to go harass with it. Artosis doesn't have any aerial units with the exception of vessels at the moment. Don't see him to go Valkyries, which, considering the amount of casting he does, surprises me, because he would have seen how a lot of Terran players are using the Valkyrie build. Perhaps he does do it on occasion, and in this game he's just chosen not to. But yeah, it's definitely something that's, shall we say, fashionable. This Guardian's just chilling here, aka the Space Crab. Possibly looking to do another expansion as well. Here is our Zerg. Units in pods kind of all over the show from Artie. Get a couple of raids. Now we know why, because his Guardian has woken up from his slumber and he has killed 8 SCVs. Wow. That is very very, very annoying if you are Artosis, but it is happening. Does have a pot of units here. Hasn't moved in with them as of yet. Couple of irradiates on the lurkers. Expanding now to take a third. I don't know why he hasn't landed this. Maybe perhaps he just, his attention isn't there. How many did he get? Oh man. I needed to see. I think he got about 15. Probably more. That Guardian was left, a single Guardian was left to kill a whole shitload of workers. Very sad. Well, that didn't work out either. Sending in some more units though. There's probably like about 6 lurkers here and a defiler. It's going to be very difficult to break. So RG does have a third and a fourth base simultaneously. He needs to make some SCVs. He definitely did lose probably about 12, yeah? I genuinely thought that Guardian wouldn't be much more of a nuisance after he killed 8 SCVs, but I was mistaken. Fire bats in the house! Let's go! Good luck getting through this Lurker Town, baby. Thank you! Alright, so he literally plagued every freaking unit except these 2 Marines. Which is kind of funny. Does drop into the main though. When I say the main, you know what I mean. This main. I just heard a whole shit heap of dying Marines under the Dark Swarm. And the fact that he plagued did help. The fact that there's another lurker coming in here. Oh dear. Well, I think these lurkers are going to... He does get himself a few drones. Nicely done. And now it's Bank of Zerg that we could go to get a home loan. Sorry that I've got a home loan on my mind today. I actually had my home loan approved. Got unconditional approval today for the purchase of our house. By the time you're watching this, I probably would have the keys. Yay! Look at me, big boy, winning at life and all those things. So you're winning at life if you bought a house, and in the second place is if you're a Broodwar fan. That is the ultimate way to know that you're destined for great things. Alright, so we have resaturated nicely. Could maybe transfer a couple of workers from our... No, I think he's fine. Resaturated. Alright, the filer got donated. Bank of Artosis is again open for business. So they are fluctuating who's the bigger banker with a B. Okay, so let's see here. Couple of Sunkens going up behind our swarm of Lurkists. Ah, spores. Okay, well that will be annoying because these science vessels won't be able to come too close. It has also hit them with Plague. We missed a drop. What are we even doing with our lives? Bank of Artosis is now so rich you could get 2 home loans. But on the plus side, he did manage to kill about 8 or 9 drones here with this little drop. And is still in a pretty decent position in this game. Absolutely. Okay, fun. Ultras are on the field. Units are here, there, and everywhere. Sending in some lings just to die, I think. I don't know. Droney, where you going, brother? Never mind. Dropship just chilling here. No, guys, don't worry about it. I'll collect some stuff later. Uh-oh. Oh! Beautiful! Lurker spines where Marines go to die. It's such a, like, wretched noise too. Alrighty, these guys are in the unemployment line. They're collecting checks, but they ain't doing anything, right? Are they American? What is happening here, man? Come on. Come on, brother. Ah, these guys as well. They joined the union. Ooh. Ultra Town. We had the space cows, the space crabs. All of them space animals. Die! Boom! Oh, well, that vessel's alright. Medics, bro. What a sad life. You just run around poking everybody with your wand. You don't really get poked yourself. And then you die. Bleak. Alright, well, those unemployed guys are getting smashed. So they deserve. The employed ones are running. And they actually might get away, funny enough. So just confirming there's no base here is our Artosis. We're having another little gatherance of joy. Ugh, I love the Ultraless death animation, man. It's really fun. Okay. Just more lings being sent to die? More unemployed people? Can you... Yeah. These guys, man. They got a really good union rep. They ain't gonna do shit unless they get paid extra. Especially on weekends. Okay, can these guys also join in? Hello? Hello? Team effort? Yeah, there we go. Good job. What are we running to? This vessel's still just chilling here. Ah! Battle cruisers have arrived! Hello! How are you, fella? Oh, that place with all the unemployed workers is, got a couple that are not working. Oh, they've been sent to work now. They heard what happened to the previous guys that weren't working and they were like, nope! I'm gonna do my best! Nice big battle here in the middle of the map. Smallish armies, particularly on the Zerg side. Dark Swarm though, and cracking power, good upgrades, will do a lot of damage. Not sure what the answer from our Zerg is to these battle cruisers yet. I haven't seen any Scourge in the production tab. Okay. So I'm just randomly sending a very low number of lings. Fire bats are really good against lings, bro. Like, absolutely crazy. What are you doing here? What? Tell us. Explain yourself. Okay, so play goo is one answer, but what are you gonna shoot them with, man? Scourge is the answer. Alright, so our space cows are going in here. And Dark Swarm is just an added layer of fun. Has to lift off. All the workers have got to run away. Marines are going to engage here. A couple of battle cruisers and support as well. Other irradiates as well on these ultras. Couple go down. Should hold you without a problem. This is a pretty well defended position. Another evacuation here. Just chasing workers from pillar to post. All over the show here. Just chaos. Seems as though they have plenty of income, does our Zerg. This is mining with an unlanded command center. And Lings are picking up a lot of relatively free SCVs here. Not quite sure where his attention is, but it isn't around here where it would appear that it needs to be. If it's microing battle cruisers, that would be a explanation of some sort, I suppose. Oh, got lurkers on the high ground. He doesn't want his SCVs to live anymore. Now down to 45 SCVs. Lots of little Lings picking off multiple SCVs before being taken out. Again now, another evacuation. More SCV distraction. He's going to let this command center die without lifting off, is he? The attention here seems to be on microing this fight. There's not too much here. Looks like 2 lurkers. Lings, Nidus though. The Nidus is always going to be a big difference maker. Still counter-attacking here with this pot of Lings too. And the Plague. Very powerful weapon to push back. I just think our Zerg's got too many bases. Some more unemployed workers. This command center is gone. This one is pretty much his only mining base. And these Lings are still having a field day. Scourge picking off 3 science vessels too. Well, I dare say that our friend Artosis is not going to win this game. Certainly a few errors on micro control, responding to attacks. I think Tax, you know, his attention definitely been split by this Zerg opponent. And at the end of the day, it's just going to be a basic macro loss. The Zerg's just got way too much economy. Can just keep on and on and on reinforcing. Doesn't have to trade particularly efficiently to win the game. I think that the Guardian that was allowed to kill like 15 SCVs here, and just having his army in position to defend some of these outer bases that he lost multiple times, needed to retake, would be a huge difference maker. Well, the Zerg was able to establish and hold pretty much all of his bases. He had decent Defiler play, got up to hive tech quite nicely, unit composition was good enough, counter-attacked anything like the battle cruisers and stuff pretty decently. Artosis also lost, I actually said this in another game, I wish you could get more stats on the replayer than what you want. Like, I'd love to be able to run a stat like Science Vessels lost, because I think in this game he would have lost more than 12. And usually it is quite a sign of a very strong Terran player if you are able to keep your vessels alive, and he certainly struggled with that in patches in this game. So he's plagued army. I mean, Defilers were definitely a difference maker. I'm not gonna lie, he played well with them, he played well with Ultras. Pretty solid play. I think his macro was generally a little bit stronger than Artosis's. There were big patches where Artosis had a bank of over 1,500, occasionally at times over 2,500 minerals. That's just too much at this level. If you want to beat decent high A rank players, low S rank players, those aren't mistakes you can afford to be making. He does GG, which is props to him. And this was a very solid game from the Zerg, and an enjoyable match all around. I definitely do enjoy the Zerg versus Terran match. I'll be bringing more of these. Next up, I'll probably be doing some fun Terran versus Prolosses of Artosis, and then mixed in amongst that, I'll also be doing the Korean Pros. This is what I do here on the channel 3 to 4 times a week. If it's your first time stopping by, please do subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. If you are a returning viewer, thanks so much for stopping by again. And until next time, I will see you soon. You take it easy, man. Cheers.